So I want to start today with a challenging question. Have you ever met someone that's really, really good at timing the stock market? I mean, even Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of our time, he says, don't try to time the market. It's never going to work out. It's just never going to happen. He always recommends buy index funds consistently over time. It's the best way to time the market because you're never going to do it. Well, I'm going to reveal to you today the best way to time the real estate market. So stay tuned. You're in for a good trip today. But first, I want to tell you a story. Back in the day, I used to work for a company called Helzberg Diamonds. I was a regional manager for them. So I was a sales trainer for all sorts of places in Denver and Omaha and Seattle and Boise and Florida. Anyway, we used to get these people that would come through our store on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm specifically going to talk about that guy in the fall of the year. So I want you to picture this. It's the fall of the year, late fall. And a young guy in his late 20s or mid 20s comes walking into a jewelry store during football season. He's carrying a Victoria's Secret bag in one hand and a Godiva chocolates bag in another hand. He walks into a jewelry store during football season. He says, I'm just looking. Well, guess what? That guy ain't just looking. He's in the mall for a reason. He is there to complete some sort of purpose. So you're either going to get that sale or he's going to leave your jewelry store, walk straight across the hall into the next jewelry store, and he's going to make a purchase over there. It's all about timing, right? Timing is everything. So I want to talk about timing in real estate here a little bit. There are many people out there that want to try to time the real estate market. For instance, they'll say, well, it's the holidays. Maybe it's in the fall. Maybe it's November and December. They say, well, I really don't want to sell until after the holidays. I'm going to put the house back on the market in January, for instance. Or they'll say the same thing in the spring of the year. They'll say, well, I really don't want to sell right now. I'd much rather sell in the summer. Well, I want to tell you what happens with that. If the market gets flooded with houses going on the market in December or in June, excuse me, if the market gets flooded, what happens? Well, there's a whole bunch more opportunities for the buyers to be picky and choosy on which houses they're going to buy. We have an increased supply and we have the same demand. And so what happens to prices? It's much tougher for a seller to sell in January than it is for them to sell in December. Even though it's busier in the summer, it's much tougher for a seller to sell in June than it is to sell in April. Why? Because there's more houses to choose from. And I'm talking about a regular year. So there are pros and cons when it comes to trying to time the real estate market. Same thing with interest rates. Right now, interest rates are stabilizing, which is really, really good. But people are trying to time the real estate market right now when it comes to interest rates. So I want you to think about this. Think about our current environment. Right now, I'm recording this. It's in December of 2023. I want you to think about interest rates stabilizing. They're somewhere near 7.75%, 8%, somewhere right in there, right? If interest rates go down, which many people are saying, well, I'm going to do something when the market improves, when interest rates go down. If interest rates go down, it's going to allow many more buyers to come into the market. And what's going to happen to prices? Prices are going to go through the roof. If interest rates were to drop to 6% in the next 6 months or 8 months or 9 months, prices, it'll be the craziest real estate market maybe that we've ever seen in the history of time, because there'll be flat out more people that are in the market to buy. And we have obviously a supply problem right now. If interest rates rise a little bit, unlikely, lots of signs saying that interest rates have stabilized. If interest rates were to rise to 9 or 10%, what's going to happen? It's going to come to a screeching halt. Prices are going to go down, right? So I want you to think about this. In many circumstances, sellers are buyers before they are sellers. I hear it all the time. I'm not going to sell right now because I don't know where I'm going to go. Interest rates are way too high. I don't want to trade in a 3% mortgage for an 8% mortgage, right? So they're trying to time that market. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, because if interest rates drop and prices go through the roof, yes, the seller's going to be able to get more money for their house. But what's going to happen when they have to buy another house? Prices have gone way, way up. So it's going to level itself out. Buyers are saying right now, well, I'm going to buy when interest rates come down a bit more. Doesn't make sense. Why? Interest rates are going to come down, but the price of the home is going to go way up. So I want you to think about timing the real estate market. Here's the best way to time the real estate market. The best time is now. And I'm not saying that because I sell real estate for a living. I'm saying that because if you wait for interest rates to drop, you're going to pay a higher price, right? So it just doesn't make sense to try to time the real estate market. Like Warren Buffett says, it's impossible to time the market every single time. The best time to buy or sell real estate is when you are ready. It's when you have all of your ducks in a row, when you feel comfortable, when you have to make a move, where it makes sense. If you don't like the current interest rates right now, that's great. Go find another house, find that perfect home. And by the way, down in the comments section below, I show you all kinds of videos where I can help you find that perfect house or buy your house for cash or whatever it is. Find that perfect house and then refinance down the road when interest rates get to a point where you want. But if you're trying to time the market with interest rates and pricing, it's going to be really, really, really difficult. So do it when it's best for you. Do it when all your ducks in a row, and do it when you and your entire family are ready to make a move. That's the best way to time the market. Buy or sell now. So below, like I say, below this video under see more, or if you're watching this on social, it might be up top somewhere. I'm going to have some videos down there that'll talk to you about what you can do to find that perfect home. If you're looking to sell your house and you want information about what I do to help you sell a house, there's information down there. So check out those existing videos. I think you'll find them quite useful. And if I can do anything at all to help you out, please reach out and let me know. Thanks a lot. God bless.